So, the Akyem people were actually part of the Akan migration, which eventually led to the formation of the Adansi kingdom in, the late 13th century. Now, Okyenhene is a title that's given to the paramount chief of the Akyem Abuakwa traditional area in the eastern region. He stands as the highest authority in the traditional hierarchy of the Akyem Abuakwa State, and, well, he's responsible for the spiritual, cultural, and social well-being of the people. The Akyem Abuakwa State itself was established in the 16th century, with Chebi as its capital. And you know, every paramount chief of Akyem Abuakwa State is actually the head, or patriarch, of the Asona dynasty or clan. The Ofori Panyan House, which is also known as the Akyem Abuakwa State Palace, serves as the royal palace and seat of government for the Akyem Abuakwa traditional area in Ghana. It's headed by the Okyenhene, Osagyefo Amowacha Ofori Panyan. Osagyefo Amowacha Ofori Panyan is the 35th king, and he was installed on October 4, 1999. He actually took over the reins from Amowacha Ofori Panyan Kuntunkununku II, who ruled from 1976 to 1999. The Akyem Abuakwa Kingdom was founded in 1640 by Okyenhene Ofori Panyan Foduo, who is recognized as the first Okyenhene, or king of the state. At that time, the Okyenhene was a great warrior and leader who managed to unite various Akan clans to form the Akyem Abuakwa Kingdom. Since then, the state has grown and evolved, boasting a rich history and cultural heritage that, honestly, continues to thrive today. Akyem Abuakwa is one of 3 Akyem states, and folks commonly refer to them as Akyem Mansa. These are 3 independent states located in the eastern region, all sharing a common language, culture, customs, and historical background. The Abuakwa state is the largest among the 3, both in terms of land size, population, and natural resources. It's followed by Akyem Kotorku, while Akyem Bosomi is the 3rd and smallest. Let me give you a little history. Before the Asante king, Osei Tutu I, founded the Asante state or empire in the year 1701, the 13th Akyem chiefs had ruled the Akyem Abuakwa state. It can be said that the Akyem state was about 250 years older than the Asante state, which was founded by King Osei Tutu I. The newly established Asante state would, fight intense wars with the Akyems over dominance. The Asante nation is a federation of Akan tribes and is perhaps one of the most recognizable kingdoms in West Africa today. One of the wars was termed the Asantehene War, meaning fighting with pride or pride war. This was a war the Akyems just couldn't win, even with all their weapons and show-off boots. The title, Asantehene War, originated because the Akyems wore long boots to show off and invaded the current Kumasi Lori station, Kejadia, just to attract the Asante's attention in their territory. Subsequently, the Akyems and other ethnic groups that wanted freedom from the Asantes allied with the British to fight the Asantes. The group and their territories would later be called the British Protectorate. The British Protectorate, along with the British, engaged the Asantes in 5 wars. The Anglo-Ashanti Wars were a series of 5 conflicts fought between the Ashanti Empire and the British Empire and its allies between 1823 and 1900. Despite initial victories, the Ashanti ultimately faced defeat due to superior British weaponry and, some serious logistical challenges. These wars ultimately resulted in the Ashanti Empire being incorporated into the British Gold Coast colony. This is how the Akyem people played along with the Asantes in the 18th century. I call it the irony of the Asante-Akyem relation. Between 1923 and 1924, the Akyem Abuakwa chief, Nana Sir Ofori Atta I, played a crucial role in the release of Asantehene Agyeman Prempeh I from exile in Seychelles. Nana Sir Ofori Atta I pleaded with the British government for the release and return of the exiled Asante king, Agyeman Prempeh I, in 1924. This historical detail regarding Sir Ofori Atta I's appeal to the British decision to repatriate Prempeh I is, well, part of an ongoing historical discussion. A popular son of Akyem Abuakwa, lawyer and politician, J.B. Danquah, convinced Prempeh II to join the struggle for Ghana's independence in the 50s. Other historical sources claim that J.B. Danquah also helped Prempeh II rally wealthy cocoa farmers and elites in Asante to gather funds for the establishment of the University of Ghana. This historical detail regarding J.B. Danquah's connection with Prempeh II is part of an ongoing historical discussion, as well-read historians believe J.B. Danquah's role in the establishment of the University of Ghana and the struggle for independence is, sometimes overhyped or misleading. According to some elites and historians, a traditional political party in Ghana known as the New Patriotic Party has utilized some of the confirmed and unconfirmed previous efforts toward the unification of the Asantes and Akims to build a strong party base in the Ashanti and eastern regions of Ghana. History is closer than you think. I know you are yearning for more. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button like this video, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our exciting content. Your support, honestly, means the world to us.